Okay, lesson 41, filmed, this is the fourth time, babyless for this moment. Lesson 41, God goes with me wherever I go. And this was exciting for me today because I feel like now we're getting to a new phase of the lessons. It feels like it to me, where like we're no longer being told we're doing it all wrong. But we're being told we're building on our holiness is our nature and our function. And now it's knowing that God is with us always, as us, with us. So very beautiful opening paragraphs. I'll just skip down to the third paragraph. You can never be deprived of your perfect holiness because its source goes with you wherever you go. You can never suffer because the source of all joy goes with you wherever you go. You can never be alone because the source of all life goes with you wherever you go. Nothing can disturb your peace of mind because God goes with you everywhere you go, wherever you go. It's true. You could read the whole lesson, which is not what I chose to do in my videos, but this, we were asked to spend one practice period as soon as you could in the morning and be quiet and repeat the idea at first, and then just kind of let your mind be still and clear and go beyond the thoughts and enter very deeply into your own self. And I find anytime that I'm sincerely praying, if I take that moment, you become aware of a whole other realm of experience right there in your mind, in your being. So when I did this lesson this morning, that was kind of what I did, is just dropping in. Feels like a sort of centering and being still. And it's just coming to me in this moment that I went to a retreat with Iyanla Vanzant. I don't know, I was 25 or something like mid or something 20s. And I remember sitting in where I was sitting the first day on our first meeting, and she made a statement like, right in this moment, there's nothing you need. And it really stayed with me because I think it felt really true. And I think, this lesson goes with, since God is with us every moment, that in each moment that we're paused and we're there with ourselves in that stillness, bam, there's our solution. And the other insight I had when I read this, there were a couple, because the opening paragraph was talking about all of our suffering of any form, whether it's loneliness or depression, anxiety, worry, helplessness, misery. And that's what we were uncovering in a lot of the lessons. It was like, go in your mind and look. And I found lots of examples of things that bring me some level of anxiety, where you could say, oh, well, that's normal. But the point is, if God is with you wherever you are, then holding on or energizing any sense of suffering is not necessary. It already said, you can never suffer because the source of all joy goes with you wherever you go. So we're doing a End Your Self-Sabotage Challenge in Jennifer Hadley's community, and a lot of people are just sharing beautifully why they turn to food or alcohol or TV, or they just don't want to feel these feelings of like separation and depression, anxiety. They don't want to feel that. And so they're then using some form of medication. And the reason we feel those things is because we feel separate from God. A lot of us who study the Course know that's the one and only problem we have. we feel separate from God. We don't know God is with us everywhere we go. So we are longing to know that. And we are feeling this longing. So, but with the challenge with everybody really revealing their anxiety, it's like, it's interesting that this lesson is kind of like the antidote to self-medication, because it's what we often do to not feel those feelings. So everything gets compounded when we forget God is with us. And the other thought I had is, since God is with us wherever we go, wherever we're putting our mind and our attention and our energy and our focus and what we're saying and what we're doing is magnified by the power of God. That's why it can often be when you're looking to get out of a rut, it's recognizing that you're bringing the power of God into your rut with you. So what would you rather have rather than a rut? Begin to energize it, not just because there's some magical universe of manifesting, but because the power of God is with you wherever you go. So it's kind of like, hey, you don't, drag the power of God into your problems. And I'm being shown one more example. Okay, so with Justine, okay, I'm not her God, I'm her parent. However, it's been interesting. Last night, there was an experience we had where she really loves this toothpaste, which is made from turmeric, and it's like this natural toothpaste, and she wants to eat it directly, which, amazing. I mean, she might be the only person on the planet who wants to eat it, but she was holding it, and it was one of those things where if I ripped it out of her hand, she would have cried. She's too smart to like, ooh, look over there, I'll take it. So what I did was I moved on. I just kept going, like, okay, well, I'm going in this room, I'm going to put these things away. And she usually likes to be with me and be involved, but she was holding on to that toothpaste. And it was just, it may not be as related, but it was just that metaphor of like, when we hold on to what we think we want, life is flowing on and we're stuck holding this thing. And I was kind of like, I just had that awareness that I do that in my life. Like, God would have me kind of say, come on in here. We're in here now. Like, we're moving on. Or we're apologizing. We're letting go of that thing. We're moving forward. Like, keep it light, keep it flowing, keep it moving. And yet she held that thing, and what ended up happening was she dropped it, and it's a glass jar, and it kind of hit her foot, and then she cried. And I didn't say, well, I told you so. I came in and held her, and we moved on together. And yet I just love knowing there is this presence always with us, who's helping us in every single way and magnifying whatever we're choosing, and doesn't judge us for choosing things or hurting ourselves. It's just that loving Father. So thank you for letting me share that. And I hope you're enjoying this. I feel like things are getting really awesome. I love peeking ahead. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. It's getting better and better. You're rocking it.